1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Friha Hassan. First, the headlines. The nation observes Yom-e-Istisal today to express solidarity with the oppressed people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir on completion of 2 years of military siege. Addressing Kashmiri refugees at Tota Refugees Camp in Azad Jammu and Kashmir today, President urged United Nations and human rights organizations to take notice of New Delhi's illegal measures in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and make efforts to free Kashmiri people from Indian occupation. Prime Minister says Pakistan will continue to fight the Kashmiris' case with conviction till they are allowed to decide their future according to the UN resolutions. Human Rights Commission of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation has called for resolution of the Kashmir dispute as per the UN Security Council resolutions. Advisor on National Security says Pakistan will not accept any forceful takeover in Afghanistan and support a political solution to the conflict. China is leading the Tokyo Olympics with 33 gold, 24 silver and 16 bronze medals. And now the news in detail. Yom-e-Istisal is being observed today to express solidarity with the oppressed Kashmiri people on completion of 2 years of military siege of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. On 5th August 2019, Modi fascist regime in an illegal and unilateral step had scrapped the special constitutional status of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir in order to denounce the Indian unilateral illegal actions against Kashmiri people as well as the atrocities being carried out by the Indian forces in the occupied territory. Host of events are being held in the main cities of the country. President Dr. Arif Alvi has called for international efforts to resolve the Kashmir dispute through implementation of UN resolutions for durable peace in the region. Addressing Kashmiri refugees at Tota Refugees Camp in Azad Jammu and Kashmir, he said people and the government of Pakistan will continue its diplomatic, political and moral support to Kashmiris till they get their right to self-determination. Highlighting the atrocities being inflicted on innocent Kashmiris by Indian occupational forces, he urged the human rights organizations and the United Nations institutions to take notice of these illegal measures and make efforts to free the people of occupied Kashmir from Indian occupation. He said, unfortunately, the RSS-led Indian regime ran away from making any effort to establish peace in the region and plotted attacks against Pakistan that resulted in its defeat during air attacks. The president warned that India against mistaking Pakistan's wish to remain peaceful as a sign of weakness. He expressed the hope that the day will come soon when Kashmiri people will get freedom from the Indian illegal occupation. Earlier, addressing a rally taken out in Islamabad in connection with Yom-e-Istisal, he said despite all Indian conspiracies, Pakistan is emerging as a strong nation which will get Kashmir freed from India. He said India is playing with the fire and destroying the regional peace and stability, paying glowing tributes to the sacrifices of Kashmiri people. The president also made it clear that Pakistan will not hold any talks with India until it rescinds its illegal steps of 5th August 2019. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said that Pakistan will continue to fight the Kashmiris' case with conviction till they are allowed to decide their future according to the UN Security Council resolutions. In a series of tweets today on the occasion of completion of 2 years of India's illegal and unilateral steps in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Prime Minister expressed the confidence that the Kashmiri struggle will succeed. Imran Khan said the world over the last 2 years has witnessed unprecedented oppression in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir by the occupation forces. It is also witnessing Indian efforts to force demographic change and destroy Kashmiri identity. In connection with Yom-e-Istisal, a rally was taken out from the Foreign Office led by Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi to express solidarity with the oppressed Kashmiri people. The participants were carrying flags of Pakistan and Azad Jammu and Kashmir. They raised slogans in support of Kashmiri people. Speaking to the media persons on the occasion, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said the entire Pakistani nation and Kashmiri people reject the illegal and unilateral steps of 5th August 2019 taken by the Indian government in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He said we will continue to support the just cause of Kashmiri people. Federal Ministers Chaudhry Fawad Hussain, Shibli Faraz, Azam Sawati and people belonging to different segments of society also joined the rally. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa has said that resolution of Kashmir dispute as per the UN resolutions and aspirations of Kashmiri people is imperative for enduring peace and stability in the region. This is Radio Pakistan. Human Rights Commission of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation has called for a resolution of the Kashmir dispute as per the UN Security Council resolutions. The call was made at a meeting between Foreign Secretary Suhail Mahmood and a delegation of OIC Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission in Islamabad today. The commission also emphasized improving the human rights situation in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Foreign Secretary apprised the OIC Human Rights Commission delegation of the grave human rights situation in IIOJK. He also briefed them about the legal and human rights aspects of the dispute as well as peace and security in the region. The delegation of OIC Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission is on a visit to Pakistan and Azad Jammu and Kashmir from 4th to 9th of this month. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world are observing Black Day today to convey a message to India and the international community that they reject New Delhi's illegal actions taken on this day in 2019. A complete shutdown is being observed in occupied territory. Call for the observance of the Black Day shutdown and the march has been given by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference as part of Ashra-e Mazahmat 10-day resistance calendar. National Security Advisor Dr. Mueed Yusuf has said that Pakistan would not accept the forceful takeover in Afghanistan and instead support the political solution to the conflict. He was addressing a press conference at the Pakistani embassy in Washington after a week of talks with the US administration. The National Security Advisor said, "We have made it absolutely clear that we are with the international community on the issue of Afghanistan." Dr. Mueed Yusuf said Pakistan wants to have very good relations with the Afghan government. However, the harsh rhetoric of the Afghan government against Pakistan is making it impossible to maintain good relations between the neighbors. He urged the government of Afghanistan and Taliban to compromise and reach a peace settlement. Dr. Mueed Yusuf said during his talks with Biden's administration, they discussed how quickly all these actors can be brought to the negotiations table. He said Pakistan is no longer in a position to accept Afghan refugees as it currently hosts about 3.5 million of them. Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmad says law and order will be ensured at all costs during Muharram and the federal government will provide all possible resources and facilitation in this regard. He was chairing a meeting in Islamabad today regarding the law and order situation during Muharram ul-Haram. Sheikh Rashid Ahmad said civil armed forces will be deployed to assist local administration in maintaining law and order situation. He said special steps will be taken for the security of sensitive areas. China is stepping up efforts to prevent spread of COVID-19 in tourism and culture sectors after the outbreak of new wave of coronavirus. In a press conference in Beijing, Ministry of Culture and Tourism urged all travel agencies and online platforms to avoid high and medium risk areas while offering travel services. In the United States, 10 people have been killed while 20 injured after the van they were traveling in crashed at Encino City in Texas state. And for sports, we have Olympics news. China is leading the Tokyo Olympics with 33 gold, 24 silver and 16 bronze medals. The United States is at second position with 29 gold, 34 silver and 27 bronze medals, while Japan is at third position with 21 gold, 9 silver and 14 bronze medals. And finally, the weather report. Mainly hot and humid weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain with wind and thunder shower with isolated heavy falls is expected in Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.